Let me set the mood with my lights and let's just have a little chit chat. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Now I don't do this often, I haven't done this in a long time, but I have so many like educational teaching videos coming up next, which are going to be so good, might I say. Quick shout out to those videos so y'all can stay tuned to what's coming up. My next video after this one will be all about how you plan your content for 2026. If you're trying to be a full-time content creator, if you're trying to finally turn your YouTube channel or any other platform into income, I'm going to tell you my system. I'm going to plan content with you. It's going to be so good. And then the last video of the year, I'm taking y'all behind the scenes of how I launched a paid community in 7 days and made money from it. So I'm going to show y'all behind the scenes of all those things. But before we get into all those juicy things, today's video, I'm doing a Q&A. These questions are all pretty much the same about YouTube and income. So if you've been trying to build your income or grow your YouTube channel, which is what my channel is pretty much all about, then stay tuned for this Q&A because it's going to be a juicy one. The first question somebody asked, and my notes are here in front of me. They said, aside from thumbnails, titles, and SEO, which are the three main things, what are some of the biggest factors that help a video rank and perform well to reach 70,000 views plus? She said, what are creators who hit those numbers doing differently behind the scenes that most people overlook? Well, first of all, your thumbnails and your titles and your SEO does matter. There's one other thing that I can add to that, but that does matter. And what I found from people who I make content about, like how to grow your YouTube channel, and I talk about SEO, I talk about titles and thumbnails, and then people will say, I've already done that, it's not working. But then I go to their channel and they're not doing that. They're not doing that. Their thumbnails are totally random. Their titles have no keywords in it. So I think one of the things that people who are reaching those high numbers consistently, first of all, what they're doing behind the scenes that people overlook is they have a team. They have teams. They all have teams. They have editors. They have SEO people. They have people who are helping them plan content. They have teams. But also the videos on my channel that have done the best, that are over 70,000 views, these are videos where I am really strategic about the topic. The title and the thumbnail, all those things go together. But that topic is important. Okay, a lot of people who hit those numbers consistently, not all of them, but a lot of them are searching through YouTube. They have an understanding that certain topics do well. And so they're searching through YouTube to see what type of videos, what topics are people watching the most right now. And then they will have a topic and make a bunch of videos around that same topic, or they will always recreate well-performing topics. And so I'm not saying go and copy people, but sometimes the topic that you're talking about is never going to get a lot of reach anyways. When you search that topic in the YouTube search box, are there other recent videos that are performing well? If not, then yours might not perform well either. But once you have a good performing topic, it is your title, it is your thumbnail, and it's having the SEO in both of those. And so a lot of times, maybe you need a second opinion. Maybe you need to have a friend or a family member or hire a coach, someone who can tell you like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Or, oh yeah, I would watch that video. Or, girl, I can't even tell what you're talking about in your thumbnail. But those are the things that matter, y'all. They matter. They do matter. And so make sure you're doing those things. And that question was from Fashionably Grateful. Another question that someone just asked from Stephanie. She says, what platform do I find best to self-publish? If you mean like my book, I self-published my book through Amazon. I only really know about Amazon for self-publishing, and I self-published my book there in 2019, I believe it was, and it still makes money to this day. You said, can I help members one-on-one to do so? So if y'all don't know, I do have members on my channel. Shout out to all of the members on my channel. They get exclusive videos, exclusive posts. Soon I'll be doing live streams just for them. So I don't help members one-on-one, but I do have coaching and consulting programs that are sometimes available. Right now I'm booked through probably February, but I try to make content that's pretty clear so that you're able to follow the steps in my videos to also help yourself. Any suggestions for getting her current YouTube page in front of a larger audience? Exactly what we just talked about in the last one, focusing on your topic, your title, and your thumbnail. And let me tell y'all what it takes. Okay, so I created a small creator community for the month of December only, and we're halfway through, and every Friday I do a strategy drop, giving them insight on a different section of how to really improve their content going into the new year. And so the community is almost over now. One of the things I talk to them about is how after I put a video up, I don't just let it sit there and that's it. The majority of my videos, and this is also for that last question, the majority of my videos, after I post, I have to go in and make some tweaks because of the data, because of what my YouTube analytics tell me. This is now informing what tweaks to make. Either I change my title or my thumbnail. Some of y'all may see that I post a video and then the next day you're like, wait, is this a different video? Because the thumbnail is different, the title is different. And that's because I'm making tweaks. I have a video on my channel now where I walk you through step by step on how to build your ebook with me. I put it out maybe a month or so ago. And when I first posted that video, it was barely getting 1,000 views. Now it has over 30,000 views, all because I changed the title. Because SEO is what matters. But not just SEO, but being glued into the data so that you understand what changes to make even after your video is posted. When we're posting content, we have to take the emotion out of it instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? I don't know. Like, I used to feel that way as well. No, I'm looking at the numbers. What do the numbers say? Okay, so what do I do next? And I started doing this a couple years ago and I realized every video has potential to be improved, baby. Every video. And so when you ask the question of, both of you asking the questions of like, what are people doing behind the scenes that we may not know? Or like, how can I get in front of a larger audience? We have to really dial in to the things that matter for the platform. When you understand how these social media platforms work, you understand why title and thumbnail and SEO and topic is going to be the make or break for your channel. So let's talk about how these platforms actually work, okay? YouTube is making money off of everybody on this app. I make money off of YouTube. YouTube makes money off of me. So how do they make income? They make income, well, number one, through ads. This is why every platform will eventually have some type of advertisement on it, because that's how you make income, by big companies paying for ads. Okay, so this is why you can post a video and not be monetized but still have ads on your video, because YouTube is still going to make money from your video. Advertisers only pay when people see the ad. So let me just make it very simple. The longer a person is on this platform watching and consuming content, the more income that YouTube makes. So if YouTube wants to make income, they want your video to perform well. If your video performs well, they're getting paid for it. And so we have to understand that these platforms are going to push out anybody who is aligning with what's doing well. This is why a lot of creators who have these huge amount of followings and go look at their videos and then go search their videos in the YouTube search, and you'll see that they're not the only one making content like that. There are probably 10 other videos, all with a large amount of views on the same topic. Now, the key is that when you make your video on a high performing topic, you stand out. Don't copy anybody's words. You make your own strategy. You talk about your own point of view. And this is how you can stand out even while performing in a well-performing topic. And so their topic, now YouTube will only know that that topic is inside of that video, because YouTube will push out your video to anybody else who has shown interest in that topic. Let's say that somebody is constantly watching cooking videos, and then they're watching 10-minute cooking videos, 10-minute healthy cooking videos. Okay, that's what they're watching all day. And you just put out a 10-minute healthy cooking video. YouTube now has something to send to that person to keep them on the platform longer. So you did something successful. You created a video on a topic that people like. That's the topic part. But then how does YouTube know that that's what's actually inside of your video? YouTube knows it's inside of your video when you have the title and the thumbnail that suggest that your video is about 10-minute healthy meals. And then your thumbnail, okay, is going to be convincing the viewer that, yes, I know you just watched 5 other videos like this. This is a video that you actually want to watch. And so these are the things that matter. We got to do more of what matters and less stress about anything else. Hopefully this is making sense. And hopefully this is giving y'all some ideas. And I would suggest that everybody watching this video, if YouTube is your goal for the next year and beyond, at the very minimum, become a member of my channel. Y'all, I don't even know. I think it's like $3, something crazy cheap. Become a member of my channel because I'm going to be releasing the strategy drops from my paid membership, because the membership is closing after December and it may open back up next year, but I don't know exactly when. I'm going to add the strategy drops once a month or every other week for my members. So if you want to get that content, join my membership here on my channel. Now, somebody else asked, how do I turn my content into income? You want to be staying tuned for the video that's coming out next week, because I'm going to show you the entire four-step process of how I turn all of my content into income. I'll tell y'all here that in the fourth quarter of this year, the past 3 months, I've made over $32,000. Is that a lot? That's a good amount. People have made more, people have made less, but that's how much I've made. And at the beginning of this year, I made significantly less than that, significantly less. And the reason why I'm able to make the income that I'm making is because of my YouTube content, not because I'm doing random videos, but because I'm being very strategic. Now, I'm going to go into her other questions. This is Monique, the rap star, asking this question. She says, I've been a content creator for a couple years now and still have not made any real money. I'm going to read the rest of her question because she's going in a different direction here with this question that she asked. But let me just put this here. Y'all will see in the video that comes out next week. Depending on when you're watching this video, it may already be out. It'll be out on the 22nd, I believe. You make income through your content. Number one, by getting eyes on your content. So how do you get eyes on your content? Listen to that whole first thing I just said. Focus on your title, thumbnail, topic. It's hard work, but the work works, okay? Focus on your title, thumbnail, topic. If you want to know how, then make sure y'all join the membership to see the first video that I put out in the coming weeks of how to do that. So title, thumbnail, topic. Once you've gotten your SEO together, how do you actually make income from that video? Yes, you can get ads on your videos, but also by selling a product that aligns with what you're talking about. So if I said that I'm making this video on 10-minute healthy meals, then what can I sell? Imagine who's watching the video. This is what I always have said. Imagine who's watching that video. They watched that video, they loved it, you solved a problem. Now, what's the natural next step? What else do they need? How can you make this easier for them? So I can then sell an actual meal prep guide. I can sell a cookbook. I can sell the ultimate, like I talk about in my next video, the ultimate 7-day reset for your health and wellness, which is going to include how to meal prep, your grocery list, and recipes. So think about whoever's watching your content, what can you now sell to make that next step easier for them? When I make content on how to turn your YouTube channel into income, I then can promote and sell my YouTube for Business self-paced course, or my YouTube brand builder 3-month accelerator. The content that I'm creating, it naturally leads to the products I want to sell. Now, her question says that she often gets messages on Facebook saying that her video has copyright issues and the song owner is now collecting all of the money. When she goes to her dashboard, she can see that her content is eligible to receive money, but she's not making the money. Yes, this is why I do not promote putting music on any of your videos. And if you're going to use music on your videos, you specifically need royalty-free or non-copywritten music. She says that she even sometimes will just use instrumentals and her revenue is being soaked up by whoever. Girl, it's not just by whoever. This is how it works, okay? Because this happens on YouTube all the time. She's on Facebook, but it's the same thing. Whoever created that music that you're using, that's their music. They're getting paid. So like, let's say I create this video and then I'm going to put a Rihanna song under the video as like background music, and I'm monetized, this video will make money because it's monetized, and all of that money will go to Rihanna or whoever made that song. They have the right of that video because you're using their content in the video, you're using their song in the video. And so for you, she says whoever's getting the money is going to whoever song it is. Even if it's an instrumental, if YouTube, it's all AI done, AI detected. If they can pick up what song it is, they're going to send those funds to that group. Okay, those people can claim that income. So if you're going to use music on your videos, it needs to be copyright free music or royalty free music that's like not real songs. Or there's people who create content, there's people who create songs for the purposes of videos like this because they want to share their music and they don't mind, they're not going to collect money on it, so they say. So I will link down below, I'll put here on the screen who I use. If I ever do use music from on my videos, I use this same account because they explicitly say that they create royalty free, copyright free music. All you have to do is credit them. Like you have to put something in your description saying this song comes from this place. And if you don't put that in the description, they also have AI detection. They go out and they see who's using their song. And if you do not credit them, then they will start to claim the income on your video. This one is talking more so about digital products, but she says, can I walk y'all through the process of choosing which digital product to create? You can create, here's the thing, you create any product, any, that's going to do what you've promised, okay? Because certain products are good for different reasons. If you want to quickly teach a process or give somebody some quick step-by-steps that they can do on their own and it's not too complicated, then create an ebook, like a written product. If you have to show something more in depth, like you need to show them and explain step 1 to step 2, then turn it into a self-paced course. Those you can charge a little bit more for. If you know that somebody is going to have an issue even following that and they need you to walk them through the process together, then you should probably create a coaching program. Now, if you are somebody who people just need to check in and they need accountability consistently, but they can kind of do it on their own, but they need you to like kind of handhold them, then you can create a paid membership. You don't need to create all of them. I've done all of these and at different times. I started out because I didn't really have proof of concept. I never really helped somebody before. So the first thing I ever did was an ebook. Very simple. The 5 or something steps to start an online boutique. That was my first ever product. And then I realized people had more questions. They kind of wanted to see and do it with me because I told them that they can do it in 30 days, but they were not able to do it within 30 days. So then I created the School of Boutique Bosses, a step-by-step program that they can just join me and do it with me. And then people were like, okay, this is great, but I need you to help me choose my inventory. Because when I do my coaching program, it's like, okay, we're going to meet every week or every other week, and we're going to talk about it as a group. But some people were like, I want you to actually help me with every step. Then I started doing coaching like 6 months or so later. Now, she says, how do I know if my audience actually wants to buy that? Ask them, like do a poll, do a Q&A, go live and say, hey, you guys, I'm thinking about creating this product. Would this be helpful for you all? What do you think? Ask them. You can also create a wait list. If you need help with launching and figuring out the easiest way to launch to be able to effectively make sales in like literally 7 days or less, then you want to stay tuned to the video I'm putting out, the one after the next one at the end of the year. I'm going to show y'all behind the scenes of how I launched my paid community in 7 days, from idea to getting paid. And that's going to help you launch effortlessly and also make sure that you're creating something that people actually want. How do I scale with a small audience is her next question. When you have a small audience, you've got to be strategic. You either got to do one of two things. You need to increase your volume. Either you're getting more sales, a lot of people are buying from you, or they're spending more money. Start with where you are. If you want to start with an ebook, like you put in your question, then start with the ebook. Okay, don't just charge them a crazy amount. Be realistic. We'll talk about pricing next because she asked that as well. Be realistic. But then I asked myself, okay, well, what else does this person need? So once you put out the ebook, what's the next thing that you can now charge even more money for that will help the same people? This is how you can scale with a small audience, because you don't have to get 1,000 more customers. Help those 10 people do something else, the next step. And so the next step may be that coaching program where you now charge them $500 or $997 to walk them through that process. And so when she asked, how do you price it? You struggling with whether to price at 29 or 49? Just choose a price. Like, what is the norm for your industry? What are you selling? If it's a cookbook, that's one thing, versus like a strategy manual may be something else. So see if you can find other products in your industry and then just choose a price. She says, should she price it at $29 or $49? Choose. If you're not sure, you can put it at $49 and then put it on sale for $29 to start getting that interest. And then you can always take the sale off and increase the price after there's proof of interest. Okay, y'all, battery is dying on my camera and I feel like this was a lot of good, juicy information. So hopefully this was helpful for you all. Let me know what helped you the most here. But if y'all are new to my channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button down below. And for those of you who enjoyed the topics today, stay tuned for the next 2 videos because it's strategy on top of strategy over here. Okay, I wanted to stop and like just connect with y'all a little bit, but after this, we're going up from here. It is time to go hard in this new year and to execute, okay, to set plans and then execute everything that has come to our minds. And so we're not just doing vision boards, we're creating execution plans. And in the next video, I'll be teaching y'all exactly what my content system is, so I'm able to come on this platform, grow an audience, and then actually effortlessly sell my products and services. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Let me know what was your favorite takeaway from this video. Y'all's engagement, liking, commenting, subscribing, that truly helps my content thrive on this platform. It shows YouTube that you are enjoying the content that's being shown to you. So I will see you guys very soon. God bless and talk later.